Hi, I'm Dr. Janai Grigg, Professor of Sociology.
And I'm Dr. Dan Bramer, Associate Professor of Philosophy and Religious Studies.
And we'd like to talk to you today about the university's motto, Teneor Votis.
You know, it occurs to me, what is a motto?
I don't know, what's a motto with you? But seriously, mottos historically were short phrases, powerfully charged in meaning, that were used to represent the mission or purpose of individuals or organizations. You might not realize it, but you know hundreds of mottos.
I certainly do.
Do you know the official motto of the United States?
Totally. Everyone knows this. E pluribus unum.
Yes, at one point you would have been correct, but in 1956 that motto was changed to "In God We Trust."
Well, nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. That's got to be somebody's motto. Let's see. Companies have mottos. The motto of the Nike brand?
Just do it.
Just do it. Individuals, or in this case, cartoon characters, have mottos like Timon and Pumbaa.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Needs no worry.
And organizations can have mottos. The FBI's motto?
Easy. Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Nope, that is their name. Their motto, however, uses the same three letters: fidelity, bravery, and integrity.
I guess that makes more sense as a motto.
Yes, and universities have mottos. The official motto of Holy Family University is Teneor Votis. In two Latin words, it represents the mission and purpose and direction of the university. It means I am bound by my responsibilities. But what does that mean?
A good question. When we think about the idea of responsibility, I think it's important to recognize that we're not just talking about some vague principles, some general guidelines that we're going to think about, talking about, getting around to doing eventually when it suits us, when it's comfortable, when we have the time. Rather, these are obligations, responsibilities, things that I need to be doing. Moreover, I'm bound to them. It's not just something that I can pick up, put down whenever I've got the time, whenever I'm comfortable doing it, whenever I'm in the mood, whenever it's culturally or socially fashionable. Rather, the idea is that these are principles that I'm actually living by always.
Well, then, to whom am I responsible?
A good question. According to the mission statement of the university, there are three objects of our responsibility. First, God. Second, self. And third, society. So let's talk about those in turn. First, the notion of God. The moment that I recognize that I am not the center of the universe, that there is something greater than me, bigger than me, beyond me, it means that my attitude has to shift from being purely inwardly focused, inward turning, inward directed, to outward directed. And I recognize that the notion of God or the divine could be different for different people. But regardless, the notion is that I am not the center. There is something that I have to turn outward to that gives me a sense of meaning and purpose. Second, we have an obligation, responsibility to ourselves. And I recognize in our modern society that we have the notion that all forms of selflessness are virtues, and every form of selfishness is a bad thing. But think about it. If you've ever heard the statement, "I love you even more than I love myself," think about that. Is it possible really for you to have 3 ounces of love, 3 ounces of respect for yourself, but into someone else you pour 3 gallons of love or respect? No. You can only give to others what you have in you to give. You can only respect others insofar as you understand what it means to respect yourself. And you absolutely cannot love others until you know what it means to love yourself. So this means that we all have an obligation to be the best possible selves that we can, so that we can then do the next thing, which is to turn our attention outward to others, to society. The moment that I'm thinking that I'm not the center of the universe, if I have a notion of the divine in whatever way that gives me meaning, that gives me purpose, and in light of that, I am trying to be the most authentic, good person that I can, I now have that obligation to turn that light out, to give myself out to others, to radiate the light that has been given to me by virtue of those who have taught me, who have shaped me, who have influenced me, who have loved me, who have supported me, and radiate that out to the world, to burn out in service of others.
Okay, so the purpose of this video isn't just to tell you about Teneor Votis, although that's important. The real purpose is to challenge you to think about what you think of to be the collective responsibilities of the university, and more importantly, how you as an individual can live out your responsibilities to God, to self, and society. We have a collective responsibility as an institution to live out the university's mission and to represent those who have come before us. What are you going to do your part?